Okay, watching some Polish league volleyball now, and it is Trefl Gdansk versus Zaksa. Two American setters going head to head. It'll be Joe Worsley and Quinn Isaacson going against each other. And Nasevich is Gdansk's main guy. It looks like he only got one more set than Brand, but Brand's a German outside. Nasevich is a Polish right side. Oh, no mind. Orchik got the most. He's an outside. He must be. Polish middle ballers. Okay. Grobelny, he's from Belgium, I believe. Rychlicki is from Luxembourg. He's a right side. Grobelny looks good. I was watching him the other day with Zaksa, and I don't know. He's fun to watch. He's very explosive, very good. Rychlicki, Luxembourg, Shamura, Poland. He's an outside as well. Urbanovich must be a middle. Wow, 23 touches is crazy. Wow. So these middles, watch these middles. It looks like they got a lot of block touches. So just pay attention to that, see what it looks like. Maybe they're bad block touches, maybe they're good. If it's that many, it's probably good. But we got the German guy starting us off with a nice serve. Hits Rychlicki. Rychlicki dimes it. And see, I like this. Like if you're on a commit, be up there early with him. He's up there, he's in the air pretty soon after he gets in the air. Okay, it's only a few frames later, but he's able to get on it quick. Boom. Okay, but if you're committing, you got to be up there early, because the whole idea with middle tempo is to beat them with speed. Nice turn here. Really nice set by Quinn Isaacson. Gets his feet around it, throws it out there, finishes it far, doesn't leave it too far inside, and then Shimura is able to take this down the line here. Really nice swing. Really nice. All right, and that's Urbanovich. That's the middle. Decent pass. Let's see this. Joe Worsley takes a huge forward step here. Gets a really big step right there, which is interesting. But I don't mind it. I like it a lot. I mean, the pass is super high, so it gives him time to do whatever he wants. But he just decides to kind of really step into that ball. But I don't mind it. I feel like it gives him momentum. Like in the same way, an equivalent would be like it's harder to hit a fadeaway than a jump shot when you're just jumping forward. This is Grobelny right there, man. That's Grobelny. Nice pass. Gets on it. Lets him get out there. Lets him get up there and bang that. Really nice. Rychlicki, good serve. Tobias Brand, decent pass, but not that great. And now, is this guy... I feel like I sent... Yeah, I think Nasevich, I was telling one of my old buddies, well, not old buddies, one of my friends that's on the team that I used to play college for, okay? I was watching film, and I told him to watch Nasevich because I think he's a good example of an athletic right side. An athletic right side that, takes good swings. Let's see here. Good joust. Gets his feet there. I actually had one of these last night in our game. It was nice. Mine was a little more direct down, but still, same deal. Ball's tight. This is why you miss tight, because then this huge triple block doesn't mean anything at this point. Okay, it's a one-on-one again. Okay, and a one-on-one, you should be scoring on a one-on-one if you're the hitter. So, bang. That's why I like putting that ball tight and just saying, you know what, forget it. Let's just play short court, see what happens. And same thing here. He loops around. Gives himself some extra momentum. Gets around that ball, and then he's moving forward toward the window. I really like it, honestly. I don't think I've ever noticed that from Joe Worsley, but that's definitely intentional, dude. And he's hitting a perfect window there. Orchik. Looks like he got hands. Nice little dime by Grobelny, and then just puts it away. Again, one-on-one, bang, it should be put away pretty easily. Let's see the move by Mbaye here. He's leaning a little bit, maybe you could fix that, but then he just has to make a one-leg move to try and get there. But it's just a good swing. Spinner, dime, let's see. Joe Worsley. Okay, never mind. ball. And, you know, they run this pretty far inside, honestly. But that must be intentional. Because this guy's a lefty. And it would just make sense to me if they intentionally left it like a few feet inside or whatever just to keep it on his left and make sure that he's not getting pinned inside. We'll see. Maybe we'll be able to watch and continue to see what they do. Good cover by Joe. Again, same type of thing. He has a little forward momentum in here on this cover where he's just kind of creeping in a little bit, creep, and then he's able to be light on his feet and go after that ball. Okay, let's see. And then we got an out-of-system ball coming at this Tobias Brand fella. Really nice swing. And this is something right here that I think Clark Godbold does really well, is transition balls where he doesn't have a huge approach. He just turns really well and just goes for that super sharp ball. And it scores pretty dang consistently. He actually went in between my legs with it. It was a really sweet swing, honestly. But, yeah, you know, like, I like that a lot because you may not have the biggest approach possible. You may not be able to get to your full peak, but at least you can angle yourself to a spot that's aggressive and is probably going to be able to get around the block there, you know? It's Tobias Brand guy. I like that serve. Going outside, tip into the block, ball still alive. Let's see, Nasevich. And yeah, Nasevich he swings hard. Swings high and hard pretty much every time. Goes in the net there. Tobias Brand, good serve again. And, I mean, just thinking through where this ball is coming from, this ball's cutting pretty hard right here to his outside angle, which is, you know, tough to pass if he gets it there. But then if he goes straight, then that's cutting towards him, but just barely. So it's, like, hard to say if this is his seam. But this is honestly just attacking this guy really, really hard because he has to cover this and this mostly. So honestly, I like that serve, but he should continue to do it at the one spot. You know, if you know that whoever the serving target is going to be in the one spot, it's a great place to serve from, or like great way to attack it. And in the same way, like I mean, I guess as a righty, it's perfectly fine to do it from the one spot as well, because I guess this is his seam and this is his seam. This is his seam as well, like both the same thing where he's covering both spaces. But I don't know, if you're serving kind of from here, there's just a little bit less time to react. Now that's a huge serve right there by Nasevich. Bang. Goes up there and just rips it. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Right over the tape with some cut. Wow. Let's see, Joe Worsley. Banging off the hands there, a little recycle action. Middle ball. Middle ball with some speed. Nice tempo. Gets over the block. Good dig. Active hands. Let's see where his hands are. Sorry I'm yawning, folks. I don't know what's happening. But look at how active his hands are. His palms are up, and he's just ready to just throw his hands at the ball, which I really like that. Gosh, I wonder if he could have been more physical here. But, hey, that's a really tough ball to do anything crazy with, you know, but great swing. And, I mean, same type of deal where it's a short transition play. You're not going to have a bunch of options. He goes into this knowing that he's not going to be at his peak, and so he's just like, all right, I'm just going to blast it off the hands here. Blast it off the hands, go sharp, do something smart. Really nice serve. Let's check that out one more time. Gosh, man. That thing's got some cut to it, man. That thing's got some serious cut. It's a really nice serve. Big serve again. Let's see, dime. Quinn Isaacson, really nice grab. And look at how he gets his feet there. Gets his feet there, goes straight up, turns his body. He can set everywhere with this because he's going like this. He can set everywhere, and it's enough, like he has enough control there where he can flip it here back to the D ball, which is really impressive to me. And that is why you need to be able to handle those tight balls. That's perfect, man. And look at that block. Like, that's a huge disadvantage for this block. Like, being able to reverse flow here Because when this ball gets moved forward, he's watching the setter a little bit, but he's also creeping over because he's got two options here. And then he's going to be late over there, you know? And even this Orchik guy, even he made a kind of a smaller block move just because that's what was going on. Like, he just didn't expect it to go back to the D-ball there. Really nice by Joe Worsley. Gets his feet there. Gets Grobelny off his... Just sleeping. Catches him sleeping a little bit there. Stuff happens. Always got to be ready. Float. Out of bounds. Tool City. Sorry, that was weird. Bang. Catches him low. Yeah, middles need to have that really low swing. They need to have that down pat and have control with that, because this is going to happen, you know? Like, the setter's going to be moving quickly. He's going to be like, okay, this isn't easy to set this ball perfectly, but I'm going to trust that he can make an adjustment and still get a kill. Because him throwing it in here, like, it's not like it's that bad of a pass, but it's just a little bit quick. He's moving, he's drifting. It's a smaller window with the middle, but him doing that puts a ton of pressure on this block, because by the time he's hitting this ball, they're not even above the tape. You know, like, that's why that needs to be available. You know, like, forcing the middle in a situation like that. You're like, not only setting the middle when it's a perfect pass, but being able to set the middle in a scenario that's slightly imperfect. Like on a 4 scale, a 3 pass, a 4 pass, a 3 pass and a 4 pass definitely should be able to run the middle. 2 pass sometimes. Okay. Nice swing again. Same thing. He's just swinging high, just taking it off the hands, being big, getting it at his peak. I mean, I guess he kind of got that one a little bit low. Maybe just didn't max out fully, but still, it's a great serve. It's a great swing. Yeah, and man, like, you gotta be able to track the ball. You gotta watch the ball the whole way. Get your hands directly on that ball so that people can't tip on you like that. Really nice tip by Rychlicki though. Like, again, I also saw the comment. I don't know how to say his name. I don't know. Somebody send like the things on how to pronounce it. I don't know. I'm not from Luxembourg. I don't know what to say. But going to the outside here. Big swing. Good chase down by the libero. Let's see. Quinn Isaacson. And I just want to point this out real quick. Gets his feet there. Doesn't try to do anything crazy. Puts up a perfect ball. Okay? Gives this guy the best option possible. And then he's able to do something good. You know, like, getting this guy at his peak and giving him options allows him to do something even though this block is huge. You know, and they score on this. Oh no, they get a free ball at least. Now they're in system though. Kablam. Nice. Over the top, and I don't know, Grobelny on the pipe is really nice. He gets up there. He floats. Oof. He does have a very fast arm swing, but it does seem like this one wasn't very loose and whippy. Like, this one looks muscly. You know, like, do you guys see that? It looks like he's paddling it a little bit, but I don't know. I don't think that's a consistent problem with him. Looks like Tobias Brand might be doing the same type of thing here. Like, I think about how much not separation, but how much flexion or like flexibility there is in that arm swing. Like, to see how far this arm can go down. Like, here, you know. I don't have that flexibility. Let's see if somebody does. Wow, yeesh, got blocked there. Nice block, let's see. Nice move. And he's able to make quick steps. Cover space. Grab that ball. Bang. Really nice block. All right, let's see. Oof, big serve. Nice little 2-pass. Like, this is the 2-pass that I'm talking about, where you want to be able to possibly throw it into the middle sometimes. Okay? Not always, but just a little bit, so that this guy has to kind of check it and just, like, be aware, you know? If that's in, that's a nice swing. Out. Let's see this. Okay. Just looks like he got on the side of it and just needed to get a little bit more on top of that ball, and that's in. It's a nice, I don't know, that's a good idea. Like, that would have scored if it was just a slight bit down, but not a terrible choice. And you want to look at the choices. Like, if you're consistently making the right choice, you can trust that you're going to get some points when you need to. Let's see, going back here. Rychlicki. And he gets caught having some happy feet here. Lots of steps, lots of hesitation, and then he's not ready to move at the time of when he needs to make his decision, you know? And he's really, really, really late. Can't get over there. Leaves a bunch of line. Good read by Tobias Brand. He sees that, tries to get in there. Doesn't do it well enough, though. Spatch serve. Nice serve. Grobelny to the middle. And it looks, I don't know if Mbe was on a commit to Rychlicki here. I don't know if he was just purely guessing. But that's why you trust your system and don't guess, because then that's just an open net, easy money. Yeah, wow. Look at that 3-ball. Look at where he's contacting that ball, too. Wow, that's really impressive. Sheesh. Holy crap. Let's go Rychlicki. Good serve. Bang. Mbe. Again, same deal. This is a 2-pass. But since it's decently high, he can get his hands there. He can be on his route. And this can be available, and he's able to score off of it. You know, like, balls like that are where you want to explore the middle option there. You know, you don't always want to set the middle there. It's not always the right option, but you want to explore it and just make sure you have it available, because you want to throw that in there a few times. Keep the middle on his toes. You don't want to make it easy for him. You know, you want to make the blocker have to actually work for it. So they ran a little 6-2 sub here, it looks like, with a nice little, I'm assuming this guy's a middle because he's massive. Yeah, he didn't really transition much. So then Tobias Brand is the option, swings high off those hands. And look at how he gets his feet there to the ball here. You know, he shortens his steps a little bit, like especially this step right here. He shortens his step and then gets up there and gets his feet to the ball. You know, like, that's really nice. Let's see, 23-18, floater. A little hybrid action from Orchik. Yeah, Tobias Brand was a little early there. Makes himself look real big. Mbe with a nice block. Like, and I mean, he might be leaving a little bit late here, okay? He might be leaving a little bit late. Like, this is when he starts to finally move. So he's a little bit late. But he steps quick, blocks right over the tape. Like, that's not a huge block. For this guy, this is not a huge block, okay? He's not covering that much. But he still is able to block that ball because sometimes people swing low. And, like, you can't always stop the high swing, okay? Let's just be honest. Like, there's a much lower chance that you block the high swing than the low swing. Like, that's just obvious, okay? So just make sure that you're locked down on the low swing so the low swing doesn't score. People are going to swing low more often than not. Especially, like, obviously at this level, people are going to be able to take a swing from here and do whatever they want with it. But still, same deal. Good hands. And this is why I like that. Like, maybe he didn't lift that ball perfectly, but he's still getting himself out there. Yeah, like that type of flexibility is what I'm talking about. Really nice. Let's see, 24-20 in the first set here. This was kind of a long set, no? And this looks like the tempo kind of got a little gray here. Rychlicki had to kind of double take. But they get a free ball. They get a free ball back. Runs it back to him again. I like him giving it back to him. Same deal here. Okay, he's late. He's not able to move until now. Okay. But he takes quick steps. Look at how quick that step is. Like, he's even only on his toes there, it looks like. Like, he jumps from his toe right there. That's, yeah, wow. Doesn't even fully load his toe. and then just blocks there, gets a perfect touch, and now they're in system. Tobias Brand has to set though. Nasevich, Tulski or touch? Looks like they got a touch. Oh no, there's a tool. Okay, 21-24. Yeah, okay, it was a touch. Okay. Joe Worsley. He loops around again. That's so interesting to me. I like it though. I like it. Like his first step every time is back, so that he can get behind the ball and then do something with it. It's very interesting to me. And, you don't always have to do it. You could just start back here. Like, you don't have to take a step back, but maybe that's just his rhythm of setting. Maybe that's just whatever. I don't know. But it looks like it's working pretty well for him, And you can set backwards while jumping forward. Like, that's pretty natural, But setting forward while you're jumping backward is a different story, I don't know. I think that makes sense to me. It's interesting. I've never seen someone be doing that. I like this finish here. Gets his hands here. He maybe he could have squared up a little better, but he gets there and then is able to finish his hands to that ball. Gets it up there. Bang, good swing. Ooh, nice serve. Nice serve. And again, like, the guys on the lines, this guy and this guy, are taking up more court than this guy usually. Like, just technically, because let's say this guy especially, he's covering this line, and this is also his seam. So both of these, like, this half of the court is almost all his, okay? And then same with this guy, a little bit of this seam is his, and then this whole line is his, okay? So then if you just cut from here to here, that's the smallest space, Really nice serve, though. Gets it high, takes it wherever he wants. Let's see, bang. See ya. Okay, nice little recycle there. And you can't be mad at this swing. You can't be mad at this. I know it's a one-on-one. There's space. You're seeing something. You're seeing it here. He starts to swing there, and he's thinking, okay, right here, I'm golden. And then it goes right there, and he just keeps rising a little bit and turns into a soft block. But you're getting that ball back. You're perfectly in system because it's a free ball. Now you got a one-on-one coming at you, which looks like Rychlicki actually takes care of maybe. Or it trickles through, I'm not sure. Yeah, trickled through. Rychlicki got aced. Or not aced, tooled. Wow, look at that swing. That just, how does he contact that? He gets a little lefty cut there. That was interesting. That was an interesting ball. Kind of contacts a little bit wonky. If you got big hands, you can have a little wonky hand contact sometimes, just as long as you're still hitting the ball well enough, Like, just as long as it's still enough contact to control the ball. Is that Quinn Isaacson getting that block? Wow, that's a nice block. Again, he's not a huge dude. Okay, we watched him last time. I was saying he's really physical at the net for how big he is. It's another great example. Look at that. Okay, makes a big move on the triple block. Okay, let's see here. He's over here. He's not taking a huge step with this. Like, he's not covering a ton of space here because you want to give these guys space. But he's still jumping as high as he possibly can on this. Okay, because he knows he's the weak link of the block. And then once he sees the tip, he just finishes his hands really, really hard. Okay, and if Orchik controls the ball more so that he's like almost palming the ball, it doesn't slip out of his hand and like get slapped, and it actually like pushes him back. But if you see someone reaching or whatever, like they're not at the net and they don't have full control of the ball, slap that puppy all day. But if you see that someone's like right there with you, palming the ball here or grabbing the ball right here, then you also need to grab the ball with your hands and, if possible, genuinely hold the ball until they stop touching it and then throw it down as quick as possible. Spinner. Let's see. Bang. Good run. That's so interesting. Takes that forward step again. Even like a perfect ball like this, he leaves himself back, leaves himself some space, goes forward a little bit. Gosh, that's so interesting. Wow. And if you're going to do this as a setter, make sure that these folks that are approaching to you, make sure they know to watch the ball instead of you. you know. Man, that's a nice run. Gets him right in the gap. And then getting a free ball here. Getting a little free ball action. Good take care of. Way to take care of that. Gosh, and now he's just letting this guy reach. Now he's just letting Mbaye get up there and reach. Nice swing. Orchik with a nice little float action here, and that's out of bounds. Okay. 7-5 in the second set. Floater. Look at that. And this is the kind of control that I'm talking about, okay? He's not just throwing it into the block. He's controlling it while he's pushing it into the block. He's pushing it instead of throwing it into the block, okay? Look at that, because it contacts him, it contacts the block, and he pushes more. He pushes for, like, more, okay? That makes sense, right? Little small transition here from Rychlicki. Maybe Grobelny would have been the option, but it looks like Rychlicki is just their guy. Okay. Grobelny, a little roll shot action, gets Nasevich out of the picture. Yeah, and this is a scramble play. Let's see, roll shot turns into a scramble. No more right side. Only pipe and outside. A little tip again. Tip, a little recycle. Gets it. Back row falls. Goes out there. And you see over on this side, because Quinn Isaacson ran through, he was on the outside. This big middle. Gets a nice... No, he doesn't get the block. And this is why it's important that every single player can play or, like, make a good middle block move. Like, I think one of the most beneficial things that we did at Damon was when middle blockers learned how to make a split step move to the pin, everybody learned how to do that. Like, everybody learned how to make a movement like that and be super physical with the block, you know, and, like, cover space on the block and or move fast, like, be patient and move fast, you know. Off the hands. Gotta do what you gotta do. Spinner, Quinn Isaacson, in system, middle again. And now he sees that these guys are going to be late. He's going to run it to their guys quick, you know? And if you think that these guys are going to be, like, waiting like this, like, waiting until they see something, make sure you let these middles reach, okay? Make sure you let your middle reach and get as high as possible, as quick as possible, you know? Ooh, almost gets the block there off the standing one. Let's see, a little dime ski going outside, Rychlicki, and they're running it inside as well. I don't know, maybe that's just that ball. Not sure. Roll shot, good cover. Somebody's doing something with somebody in the net. Yeah, looks like they got in the net. Let's see, big spin from Joe Worsley here. In system, nice run, and he committed here. But he just stayed high, field goal, and wow. Good commit. He's early. He's pressing well. It just snuck through. Stuff happens. Grobelny, nice serve. Woo, hitting it off the tape. Makes him do a little double clutch and messes him up. Bang, big swing by Nasevich, dude. Huge, just blasting the ball away. If you're a right side, you gotta just be a little carnal. You gotta be a little bit primal and just go for it. Go for it every time. Another 2-pass, 3-pass that you throw that ball into the middle because you know that this guy's gonna be a little bit late, you know. And especially if he's in a gap like this too, all day, attack those gaps. Spinner, way out of system. Let's see. Ooh. This middle, honestly, that's for a middle though. This isn't a bad move in the 6. Like, that's really not a bad move. I don't even know if I would have made that good of a move. I'm not good at defense though. I'll be completely honest with it. Nobody's really taught me much about defense. Gotta do what you gotta do, huh? All right, let's see. Rychlicki, big serve. Gosh, that cuts so much. Bang. Good turn. I'm going to send this to that same buddy. Because if he's coming, like, he comes from this far. He comes from a really big angle. But then when he sees, I don't know if he sees this guy stopping short or if he's just, like, thinking, okay, I'm going to go line here. But he jumps and turns in the air See how his hips are facing here? Okay, let's see how if you can tell. Like he jumps and turns towards this line a little bit and then finishes through. And he keeps that ball in front of him here. Really nice swing. Yeah. Really nice. Big serve and missed it. Oops. A little cut shot there. Go to the outside. A little reverse flow action. Shoots it out there. And I'm surprised this middle stayed as much as he did. But I bet his team is going to tell him, or his coaches are going to tell him, hey, they didn't follow you on when that ball got moved back. Yeah, just some defensive nervousness maybe. Not sure, just not clean, but stuff happens. Joe Worsley hitting the outside again. A nice transition, and they're trying to pick on him in the front row here. And he's just handling it well, and then getting the set and killing it pretty much every time right now. Really nice swing. Keeps that ball in front of him. Really nice. Just keeps space in between him and the net. Ooh, wow. What a drop. I like this guy. I like him. He's a big dude. Reacts fast. Balling out. Lifts it super high. Chooses to... That's a good choice. That's a good choice, man. That's nice. Okay, he's not in a good position. Same deal. Like, you can't think the same and do the same thing in this scenario where you're backing up and doing whatever as you can in an in-system ball or a regular out-of-system ball. You know, you got to treat this differently. You got to understand, okay, I'm not going to be bigger than the block. I'm going to need to just try and chip somebody up, tip it somewhere. If I'm tight enough, joust for sure. You know, like, but something like this, where it's just going to be a little bit cheeky. No, that was touched. That was touched, Quinn. Come on. Don't be trying to lie on us. Come on. Roll shot. Let's see. Nasevich, big dog. Going out of system again. Let's see this ball. Gosh, he's contacting that ball so high. And that goes right out of bounds. Barely out of bounds, but it was. Ooh, spin, missed serve. Spin from Joe Worsley. Cuts it to that one. Love this. I love this so much. And like him slowing himself down here. See how he gets his foot in front of him and slows himself down a little bit? That makes it seem like he's trying to slow himself down so it's easier to set the middle. Boom. Gets him to bite. Kablam, one-on-one. Kill. Ooh, not a kill. Really nice dig by that libero. Big scoop, man. Huge scoop. Very interesting. It's a nice dig. Let's see here. Nice. Bam. Ooh, barely. I don't know. You know, there's this is a type of swing that I've been kind of thinking about lately, like to see if cutting it like this brings it down, if it's the hand getting brought down or if it's the ball getting brought down. It looks like the ball just comes down quick just because of whatever angle you're taking. Definitely something he could rep out there. I mean, obviously it just chipped off the tape. Like, that's a little bit unlucky, but still. I really like how Quinn Isaacson just finishes hands really well to the outside. Look at that. He holds it, too. He holds it. Holds it to the window. You know, like, that's something you can really exaggerate when you're getting reps, is just holding that finish and making sure that you're symmetrical and making sure that you're facing the target, wherever your target is. Bang, big swing. Oh, that's out of bounds. Come on. Nice swing. Nice swing, though. Let's see. To the pipe. Ooh, good turn. Good transition. A few steps. Bang. Gets a nice touch. Wow. Good turn by Orchik there. Roll shot. In system, go to the middle. Nice. Bounce town. It's a really nice middle swing there. Really nice arm swing. Real whippy. Real fast. One more time. Bam. Really whippy and really nice. Really nice to an angle too. You know, stays high. It's a really nice middle swing. Especially right before he's serving too. I think that's a great time to use him. Let him feel a little bit of confidence. And he's playing some defense back there. Might not be super pretty, but it's a dig. Ooh, hey, another dig. Come on. He's pointing. Watch this. He's pointing the bench. He's getting hyped. He's feeling himself a little bit here. He's feeling himself. That's fun, man. Oh my gosh. Same thing. This turns into a one-on-one instead of a triple block. And he tips it off his face. And let's see. I'm surprised this didn't get roofed. Just rattles around in that block a little bit. Good noticing by Rychlicki there. Get up there early, press. But then he just didn't press enough, I guess. Yeah. What a rally. What a rally. Interesting one. We got Trefl Gdansk up 20-18 here. Oh, wow. Good recycle, I guess. And they get there so early, the blockers. But honestly, it works out decently. And then they pull their hands. And if he would have pulled his hands, that's probably way out of bounds as well, but he did not. Again, that's why I'm not a big fan of pulling hands. I just think it's unforgiving. It's very inconsistent. Like, this is so much better. This is so much, no, not for the block, but I mean, look at Nasevich literally pushing it down. Like, that's crazy. But like a nice recycle like that, boom, and then you're in system again. Well, if Grobelny wasn't setting. Nice, good swing, high hands. Let's see here. Bang, big serve, out of bounds. Nasevich, you silly goose. Oh, nice little reverse float. Just barely over that tape. Real slow. Real floaty. Gets it on the middle. Let's see, Orchik. Hello. Bang. It's a nice swing. And you know, with this approach, it just looks mechanically different. Like a bigger and more vertical step than if that guy was ready. Like, let's see if somebody gets set on the outside. Out of bounds. Let's see. Next time somebody gets set on the outside. Bang, oof. I guess this guy is a right side. Bang. Who is he? Schultz. Schultz. I assume German. Let's see. Big swing. Little tool out, block out. Stuff happens. And maybe he could have shaped his hands more there and like finished his block a little earlier, but sometimes it just hits your thumb or something. You're like, something dumb. You know, that's sometimes blocking is one of the most frustrating things. Defense is also pretty frustrating, but defense you can usually figure out. Blocking, sometimes you just get some weird touches. Sometimes on the block you make the perfect move and then someone flubs it into your pinky or something, you know, like just dumb. Let's see, Gdansk looking to tie it up, and they don't. Or sorry, not to tie it up. They were looking to win that set. Sorry. No, yeah, okay. Let's see. So he's kind of coming at an angle here, I guess. I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't drift as much as I'd like. Maybe that was just because of the certain transition that he had. I don't know. Good serve. Let's see the serve. So this is Brand serving it up, hits the seam. Bang. If you can hit the seams in a pressure situation like that, that's huge, man. That's really nice. Puts you in a good spot. Seams are such a good test of team reliability. You know? Spinner. Let's see. Bang. Out of bounds. See a ball. Spinner, out of bounds. Let's see. Spinner, inbounds, Brand, out of system. Now this is a wonderful transition. Look at how he just lets that ball be in front of him. Like he's attacking straight instead of having that ball travel like from shoulder to shoulder. He's letting that ball travel from back to front, and then he doesn't need to like take any athleticism off. Bang. And then he's just OT, man. That's a great swing. Such a good example of how to hit those out of system balls coming over your shoulder, you know? Really nice. Let's see you. No. Floater. Getting a little sloppy in this third, it seems. Bang. Little aggressive approach by Joe Worsley. Gets it to the middle. Gets a nice kill. Let's see. Middle again. Ooh, little middle defense action. Throwing the hands up there. Just reacting. That's just pure focus. Yeah. I think he went for the chip. Went to chip it off the block there. Didn't work. Quinn Isaacson gets a block there. And that's why you just press really well. Be as physical as you can. Press well. And then sometimes you get blocks like that. Like, this guy could probably OT Quinn Isaacson most days of the week. Okay. But because Quinn is just consistent, makes good moves consistently, Thomas Brand, when he's in, I think it's his name's Thomas, whatever. Brand, when he's in a kind of bad position, he gets blocked because he's trying to chip it off the block. Huge block move here. Let's see one more time. Good delay, good patience, huge press, gets a huge block there. Wow. Big serve. Libero steps in. Let's see, out of system. Oof. And now Zaksa's getting heated up. I don't know who wins this game, but it does go to 5, so I'm interested to see what Zaksa kind of changes here in these third and fourth sets. Out of system, let's see. Maybe they're just going to start ripping. Oof, good. Nasevich is just up there, dude. He's gotten jousted in his face twice now, and he still keeps that ball alive. Good tip. Good choice in tip there. Like, you're not in a good position. Like, gotta do what you gotta do. Nasevich, a little freak out there. Let's see, spinner. Oof. Zaksa heating up on the service line. Who was that served it? Okay, this is getting scrappy. Both teams want it, obviously. Both teams are going real hard. Wow, what a scrappy play. And it looks like that ball's in. Big swing. Show me. Yeah, it's in. Nice. Wow. What a rally there. Zaksa's up 10-5 now here in the third. Nice swing. Keeps space off the net. Makes himself available. Takes a good swing. And another thing, like, getting off the net like that does give you the ability to make the correct swing too. Like, it just helps you a little bit. It gives you a little more time and space to swing into the right spot and just have range, you know? Let's see, going outside again. Up, let's see. Tobias Brand. Going to this huge man here. Oh, interesting soft touch. Let's see. Little half action soft touch. Quinn Isaacson to the pipe. Grobelny off the hands. Nice swing. Contact and eye. Making him reach. Getting up there. Hanging it in the window. Love it. Love it. Love it. Let's go. Spinner. Good pass. Let's see. Over the top. And, like, if you're able to get the middle to bite on a ball like this where you're, let's say, 9 feet off the net, passing that ball at 9 feet, that's beautiful. That means you're running a great offense and you can do some good stuff and trust your middles. And, like, of course, something like this might happen sometimes where he's kind of coming at a weird angle and he's just trying to get it to the one spot, gets an okay block, and they get a cover, and it turns into a free ball, you know, a little sloppiness, but you can live with that. Wow. What a run by the libero. And then I assume this goes out of bounds without getting touched. No. Yeah, out of bounds with no touch. Spinner. Good pass. Ooh, never mind, bad pass. Let's see. Nice swing. Lots of soft touches right now, I think. I think that's part of the reason why there's so many block touches in that in the stats when I looked at the beginning to look at the rosters. Nice swing down the line. Good correction too, because earlier in the game he shot that a little bit too deep. That time he made the adjustment, hit the right corner there. Let's see. Spinner. Big serve. Decent spin. Did Nasevich get subbed down? Like full time? Must be. And so they ran a little switch here, put Orchik on the right side, and Joe on the outside with Rychlicki. Quinn Isaacson runs the middle here. And I mean, I assume that Quinn Isaacson didn't really notice that. Because I would have went for the mouse in the house all day on that set against that mismatch. Again, same deal. They're gonna try and fight that mismatch right here. And honestly, like, perfect pass. Spread it around because it should be one-on-ones everywhere. And then if somebody, jumps with someone, then it turns into a no block. But like, I mean, if that middle isn't commit blocking or like, commit blocking on perfect, then run the middle. But most of the time, most middles are going to commit block on a perfect pass. Okay. Let's see. Oh, here, bang, bang. It's up. Oh my gosh. A little sloppiness, a little miscommunications. Takes a weird ball, gets blocked. Way to go vertical. A little bit of a sloppy play there from both sides, but hey, stuff happens. Joe Worsley getting that forward momentum. Orchik. And Orchik keeps himself real tight to this middle here, so that it's on his left hand, which is nice. And he's got range there. He's got range. Let's see a ball. That one's gone. Let's see Joe Worsley. Bang. Let's see. Bang. It's a big block right there, man. It's a pretty dang big block. Going right side again, big swing. And he does the same thing where it's kind of like that crossbody thing where he turns in a decent bit, but that same thing where he's facing down that line as much as he can, and then just turning through, going crossbody, going at a sharp angle, which is nice. It's a good swing. Short nope. No sir. No senor. Ooh, little hands action there. Yeah, and you can't be small. Like, you can't do that. I don't know. I mean, maybe he was trying to chip it off the block and go outside of it, whatever. But miss wide. I don't know. Just miss. Don't miss into the block. That's just soft. You don't want that. Big guy. Cat is not jumping right now. Let's see. Good transition by Grobelny here. Rychlicki's through, covering that tip. He's not an option. Good transition by Grobelny. Immediately to no hesitation. Just gets over there, runs the D ball, gets a nice kill. Nice, really nice transition by Grobelny. I think he's a really nice player, man. I like watching him. I think he's like 32 now. Is that what I said? Last time I don't remember. I think he's like 32 or something like that. Free ball. Let's see. Oof. Or no, on that one where they roll shotted it and he got blocked, miss high. Okay, don't miss low on a roll shot like that. Okay. I'd rather you get dug than blocked. Nice run again. Same deal. Again, like, having both the middle and the pipe available around 10 feet is really important. It's really, really important, because then this guy can't just hit a split step and be gone. He's got to be here, and these guys can't just leave and be on their guys, like, how from wherever the block or wherever the ball is, wherever the pass is, how far can you stretch that block? How much can you stress it? I think that's out of bounds. 22-16. And good run. Tight ball, goes behind. Really nice. I like this Tobias Brand guy. I think it's Tobias, or is it Thomas? Tobias Brand, I think. I like this Brand guy. I think he's a nice, clean, athletic, experienced player here. Let's see, floater. In the middle. Ooh, it's up, it's up. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Floater. No. 24-19 out of bounds, and that's 25-19. Okay, fourth set here. Let's get into it. Joe Worsley back to Nasevich. Yeah, Nasevich, he cooled off. He's back in action now. Getting it up to him. Right off the bat, giving it to him. Like, this is an I trust you type of set right here. Like, I'm going to set you because I know that you're back, and I trust that you figured your stuff out, figured your mindset out, got through whatever was making you play subpar, you know? And now he's back, you know? It's nice. It's a nice swing too, though. Rychlicki, you big dog. You big boy, you. Let's see. All right. Bang, bang. Whoa. Weird plays. How did the second person get it up here? Kicked it. Brand. A little bit of football there. Oof. And he went wide. He went wide, and then this guy scored in the 6th. I'm not really sure what to say about that one. 2 wrongs made a kill. That's all I know. And this is why I like even if he's not going to jump here, which I would have loved to see him jump and possibly swing at that ball. But even if he's front row, maybe do like a little semi-tempo instead of a super high ball, so it's not a full triple block there. Just kind of make the triple blockers work a little bit more there. But if you hear the guy calling high, set high. You know, like that's just basic. Listen to your boys, and talk through like system wise. Hey, on a ball like this, you want a fast tempo ball, you want a semi-tempo ball, you want a high ball, like what you want. Nice pass, bang. Yeah, and they're doing the same thing. This guy take a dedicate step here, and still they're running it fast. He's through the gap. Grobelny gets it up, but still really nice. Good touch. Ball's up. Let's see. Ball's up. Rychlicki's back. No. Bang. Tip. Nasevich, so athletic, bro. So athletic. Holy crap. Yeah, on a ball like this, though, it's like a scramble play. He needs to transition. Definitely go super high. Give him time and let him reach. But, like, I don't know. I guess if you have, like, a Nasevich type player, you don't need to stress the block that much if he can go super high and score on that, you know? Like, just depends on who you got. But if you have a Grobelny type player, or let's say an Orchik type player, Orchik's not going to go OT on many people, or Grobelny's not going to go OT on many people on a triple block, like, you know, so, yeah, don't force it. Don't force it because it's cool. Do it because it's going to work. But yeah, this is kind of a decent example. Like this ball isn't as high, and Orchik wants to make these guys hustle as much as possible on the block so that he can maybe chip it off of them, sneak it through, whatever the case may be. Let's see, Quinn Isaacson back to Rychlicki. Nice angle. Nice angle. Lets it pass in front of him a bit. Gets over there, takes a swing. Floater. Bang, bang. Outside, bang. Oof, gets a block. Quinn Isaacson might have like 3 blocks right now. I know he didn't get this one. Good setup, though. Bang. Look at that split step. Look at how much this guy even lifts this foot. Keeps that foot in the air. Makes a good move. Like, perfect timing. Look at how he just purely lands on this left foot here and then goes. Presses really well. Nice block. That's a good block there. Floater. Let's see if they get another one here. Again, same deal. Like, I think this is another good split step. Bang. Let's see. Yep, good block move again. Covers it well. Drifts into it. Like, let's see. Maybe he could cover a little bit more space here on this step. But he was kind of trying to go fast there. Let's see. Ooh, little joust action again. Same deal, dude. This is now a one-on-one instead of a triple block, and I take my odds again in that. Like, I totally take my odds in that. And even if it goes over here, even if it goes into a scramble play over here on this side, these guys are not in a spot to get a kill quickly. You know, so like this is a one-option pass now. And now they, however, are in action, and they have a few options. Oh my gosh, a little bit shifty. He went for it. I don't mind the idea. Zaksa's up 10-4 though. 10-5. Still. Okay, good pass. Rychlicki. Is it like Rychlicki? Rychlicki? I don't know. I'm not gonna forget that, man. Gets this right over the tape here. Yeah. Yeah, and if he's going to front the middle, just show it. See if this guy's smart enough to see you and do something with it. But if he's going to like move himself like that, it might just put him at a big disadvantage to block someone else. If he's not fully committing. Like if he's fully committing, do whatever you want. Okay, just make sure you're early enough. But yeah, same deal. Let's see. Nice little middle run. And I like how he turns himself late. Like he's flat right here. You know, like his shoulders are facing directly along that 10-foot line. And then he finishes towards the window. Off the hands, dude. Nasevich, just physical every time. Like, there's no excuses with him. There's no, like, weird approaches. He's just always being super athletic on his approaches. I think Nasevich, if you're an athletic right side, I think, like, Nasevich is a great example of how to maximize your physicality as much as possible. Another great example. Look at that. He's just going really high. He might get through the block there, but that's kind of where he needs to swing to score. Bang. I'm surprised that there was even a hole there. Floater, out of bounds, see ya. Who's this kid? Kogut? Who did he get subbed in for? Brand got subbed out. I like Brand. I don't know why he got subbed out. I didn't even notice anything. Orchik, you silly goose, if you didn't get this, that's crazy. Orchik goes for the moon. He might have actually gotten a touch there. Yeah, he got him. No, he didn't. What? Way. What happened to this guy's hand? Why is he shaking his hand? Whatever. I guess he missed him. Spinner. Inbounds, out of bounds. Not sure. Out of bounds. Okay. Spinner. Let's see over the top. That pipe run's working really well for them. And being able to run it when you're tight on that net is really, really important too. Really nice. And you can float it a little bit. Like you can let the kid float. He just needs to pick it off on his route at some point, you know? Let's see. Ooh, hello. Holy serve. That is ridiculous. I wonder how fast this serve was. Look at the change of direction on that, because at first it's going from here. It's going here to here. There's the breaking point right there. It's going here to here. Okay, and let's just follow that. That's all the way over here. That's right here. Okay. That's about right here. That's insane. And then it changes and lands there. Okay, look at that. Look at how much cut that is. Okay, that changed it from about here to here. Like, that's ridiculous. And obviously, it was ridiculously fast, too. But, man, it's a nice serve. Bang. Really nice. Big spin. Big spin. I don't... Is that ball out? Looks into me. Looks close. Real close. Spinner. We got 11 to 15. Zaksa's up. Trefl Gdansk trying to finish this puppy out. We got a few subs going in and out. We got a few people getting moved around. A lot is happening here. We got the 6-2 here for Zaksa. They're running the 6-2. Now Quinn Isaacson's back in for the serve. We got Nasevich back here on the right side. We got this blonde dude, I think his name's Koget, back out there. Somebody went in the net probably. I don't know who. Must be the middle. Spinner. Joe Worsley. Nice. Bang. Nice serve. Or not serve, sorry. Nice swing. Sorry about that. All right, 18-14 in the fourth. I'm excited to get into this fifth set, see what happens. Yeah. And like maybe this connection, like honestly for the blockers, I would say, yeah, leave this, be late on this. Like that's okay because it's not the best connection. But like if you find that connection, that's a point, you know? Like if that connection is really clean and consistent, you're getting a point on that all day. Look at how much he loads his legs here. Look at that. Look at that. He's jumping as high as he possibly can on a standing block. And then look at how much he presses that right hand as well. Bang. Just hooding. Just pressing like crazy. Protecting his face too a little bit. Sheesh, man. Koget, big serve. Decent serve there. Bang. Bang. Nice. Okay, let's see here. Middle, good dig. Let's see Grobelny. Good move. Just a calm move. He makes one adjustment, and it's on his split step. He's still balanced here. He's able to make a good move, lift it high. Quinn Isaacson back to Rychlicki. Off the hands. It's a good swing. Yeah, and that's not a big touch. It's not a big touch, but they got a challenge system, so good stuff. Rychlicki, nope, out of bounds. Let's see, 2016 spinner. Perfect pass, kind of. Ooh. And this one is a slight misconnection, it seems like. You know, like, this isn't his ideal spot to hit the ball. But because there's just so much space in front of him, like, so much scoring window to score in, he's fine. And he can hit that ball with a little bit of backspin and still get the kill. You know? Like, I think it's so important for middles to be able to hit the ball anywhere. You know, like, that's what makes people great middles, honestly. Like, that's what makes people offensive middles is still being able to, like, just being able to change their arm swing to swing here, 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 all these spots. And I say that every single time I see a middle do it. But I think Simone is the best one at it. Like, if you want to see a great example of it, it's him. Great spin to float here. Just clean. Gosh, what a float. Good take by the middle. Rychlicki with a nice swing there. Let's see. Nice. Quinn Isaacson, quick up there. And he contacts it quick. Like, obviously, what I'm saying is he doesn't jump and then do it. He does it on his way up. Okay, he's on his way up as he's doing this, so that it gives this guy less time to react. Okay, Koget didn't even have any time to react. Nice pass out to Koget. Oh, he almost gets blocked. I was rooting for Quinn Isaacson there. Oof. Oh, just a little bit more press. Just a little bit more of a press there. That's all. Yeah, he runs a great offense. Quinn Isaacson, man, I'm a big fan. I think him and Joe are really nice undersized setters. And like realistically, they're like 6 foot, right? Like they're over 6 foot, both of them, I think. But like, In volleyball, that's short, you know. Nice turn. This is what I was talking about last week, is if that ball's behind you, don't try and cut it like that. Turn and go like that. Bang. Just expand your toolbox, you know. 1924 Zaksa, out of bounds from Nasevich. And I don't know. I mean, you know, you see Nasevich. This is an error. Okay, this is an error, but like, you can live with that error. That's sneaking right through here. Maybe he could have swung higher. I don't know. It's just tough. Like, and then where that ball lands is maybe a foot or two out of bounds. I don't even know. Is it even that far out of bounds? Oh, okay, that actually is pretty far out of bounds. But he's going for the hands. The choice wasn't terrible. I don't know. It's just tough. You just got to watch the film. You can't just only look at the stats, or else you're going to confuse yourself. You gotta understand the whole story. Bang. Oof, nice swing. Bang. Nice turn. Has everything available. Gets it at its peak. Big swing. Big old swing. Bang. That's what it is. Hold on, let's go back to this. So when these guys are approaching here, these last two steps are very close together, like very, very similar. And then when you see someone approaching normal, these steps are a little bit more paced out. You know, you see what I'm saying? I don't know. That's not even a big detail, but it's just like something. It's just something. Being late, man. He's not even that, like, this guy's about to hit it, and he's just getting over the tape. But he presses, so it's okay. And obviously, it helps that this guy's super tall. You know, it helps him. But I'm just saying, just be a disciplined blocker. Nice run. This is what I'm talking about, okay? On a ball like this, if it's Nasevich over there, you're not going to do this, okay? Because this guy, his peak isn't over the top of these guys, and he can deal with a ball that's not at his peak, okay? He can have a bunch of range and do stuff like that, okay? But if it was Nasevich, especially with him going against these two huge blockers, try and be fast, try and do it before they can make a big block, okay? You want a small swing against a small block, you know? Instead of a big swing against a huge block, you know what I mean? But anyways, let's see, continue, spinner. But like, if it was Nasevich, you're saying, dude, your swing, your attack is so much bigger than any block, so let's just keep you high, do a ball like this, let's see what happens. Good run, but I don't know. I mean, it looks like he just missed this ball on this guy's left side a little bit here. Maybe his approach was going here. Maybe he's a little far from him. But this is why I say miss to the right, because he takes away so much of his peak by reaching to his left and hits it so much lower, and the ball's still alive. And then Nasevich, big dog. Oh my gosh. Little double clutch. Holy crap, dude, he is up there. Double clutch fake out action, and that's a kill. Ooh, okay. 5-4. Just floater. Quick pass. Quick pass. You know, these quick passes always make these middles freak out, I think. I don't know. I didn't even notice Brand is back. Grobelny, nice swing. High off the hands, man. Really nice. Really nice swing off the hands. Huge. Let's see, floater. Brand back out there. Yup, he's back. He's back in action. I feel like he's so good at these balls right here where he's transitioning from inside the court. And he turns. He's got everything available. He could go super sharp cross here, but then he just turns it through because he notices the ball's in front of him, and then he just goes right in between the guy's legs. That's a really nice one. Hybrid. Outside. Ooh. Grobelny just hanging in the air. Hang time. Goes OT on Worsley. That's a dangerous one, you know. I think he might have gotten field goal a little bit there. But, yeah, he was just really early. Let's see. So, now is Quinn Isaacson going slow here, or is he early? I can't tell. I'm not really sure. It looks like Quinn Isaacson, I don't know, maybe it's just miscommunication. I'm not sure. No, that's the tempo. Oof, that's the tempo, but then Grobelny just misses it out of bounds. Immediately he says, hey, my bad. Like, immediately he's saying, oh, dude, that's not on you. It was a good set. Goes back to him. That's trust. Dude, I love that. Come on, that shows trust. That shows trust, man. I love it. Bang. And he fixes his mistake, too. He keeps that ball in front of him. Swings down that line really nicely. Bang. Let's see. Spinner. Let's see. Tight ball. Tight ball. Grobelny takes care of it. He's not letting Joe Worsley take care of that there. Joe Worsley showing a little frustration with the net there. Outside. Bang. Nice swing. Or sorry, not nice swing. Nice block, I mean. Huh. This is just one of those weird shuffle blocks that I don't really like. But he was in the right spot and he still pressed, you know. So stuff happens. I want to see what the defenders do. Because, I mean, this right here is just open. That line seam, or like partially the 6, is just completely open right there. All right, let's see. Big serve from Quinn Isaacson, chop short. And they got Joe Worsley and Nasevich on a 6-2 switch out there. And Brand is getting the ball a ton right now in this 5th set here. Even though he got blocked, like, I don't know, they're trusting him. Even though he got subbed out earlier, they're trusting him here. I don't know if he's the guy. I don't know if, when Nasevich isn't out there, I assume that he's kind of the guy for kills. Nasevich, you silly goose, you. I feel like he's young. So he just goes for it sometimes. There's not much thought behind it, I'll be honest. I don't think he's like breaking it down mentally too much. But anyways, Zaksa's up 7-11 here. Oof. And this is why Brand is the guy right now, I guess. Chopping it down there to the 5 underneath this middle beautifully. Like, this is a pretty good press. Like, the only way that he would be able to press more is by completely being straightforward. That kid's floating, honestly. Wow. Really nice swing by Brand. All right, we got 11-8. Trefl Gdansk down. Bang. Nice dig. Big tomato system by Orchik. Has to put a free ball over. Quinn Isaacson. Oof. Wow, Nasevich, man. I feel like he's reaching so well. And like it's not like the most fundamental move with his legs here, because he just kind of shuffles and then does that type of block there. But he's just pressing so much that he still gets him. Really nice. Works out, man. Brand, nice serve. Quinn Isaacson to the middle. All right, we're out of system here. Let's see what happens. Orchik. Oof. I thought this was going to turn into a little recycle there for them. But it turns into a little weird out-of-system ball for Zaksa. Chopped on the line. Good read. Brand, man. Brand is getting in his bag right now. Guy's clutch. Nasevich, big dog. Oh my goodness. Holy OT. Wow. Brand getting in his bag still. It's good serve, good pass by Grobelny. Good dive. I love this dive by Orchik, especially in the 5th set. You know, like, he's gotten a bunch of cross swings, whatever. He knows he's solo. Do something. Like, perfect pass, do something. Do something extra, try and get him. Okay, really, it turns into a nice touch. They're out of system. Joe Worsley going to Orchik. Blows him up in the 6th. In the 6th spot, sorry. Now we got 11-11. Brand still going back there on his run. Nice serve again. Wow. And if you're on a run like that, don't let them ruin your run. Don't feel scared and be like, okay, I just got to roll it in. No, trust your serve. You've served millions of times probably. Just go serve, okay? Is that out of bounds? I don't know. Nasevich up there, really up there. Oof, that's really close. I cannot tell. Out of bounds. Brand's still going. What a run by Brand here. Again, same thing. Like, he's not taking much off of the serve. Like, maybe that toss was a little bit far, so he just, like, took 5% off, but that's still a really nice serve. And then a huge block here. Good discipline. Good discipline by Orchik to make sure he's still up there. Good commit by this middle. Like, he's patient. He's not, like, overcorrecting. Like, he's patient here. He knows that he's going to commit. So he jumps from there, says, oh, okay, the ball's a little bit to my left. I'm going to reach a little bit. Still presses like crazy. Grabs that ball. You know, like, what I'm saying is here, he realizes that this guy's approaching to his left a little bit. So he jumps a little bit to the left, but he doesn't waste any time with, like, stepping over and going. He just goes, still, like, make sure he doesn't waste time, gets up there early. Big reach, big block. Huge run by Brand. Served again. 13-11. Rychlicki possibly got the side out. And Zaksa was just really struggling to side out there. And then Rychlicki gets in his bag. Big serve. Good pass. Joe Worsley. Bang. Big swing. Orchik, man. Like, you got to trust it. And this is nice. Like, they have 4 trustworthy options here. And, of course, they passed it nicely, which is huge that the libero got it. Perfect pass. I wonder what Joe Worsley's seeing up here. Sees him. He's probably seeing the middle. Probably sees the middle. Because that is what ended up getting the kill. So, I don't know. Not sure what he's looking for. I actually should ask a setter about that. But I don't really know any setters that do that really consistently or well. Wow. Had to work for the side out, but gotta do what you gotta do. Good block by Orchik. Good press, straightforward. Good cover by the middle. Quinn Isaacson puts it up high for Rychlicki. Big old tool. Oh, wow. Can't be mad at that. It's a good move. 13-14. Zaksa, good pass by Brand. Decent pass. Orchik. Ooh. Let's see. Back to Orchik. Orchik's the guy right now who drops through. Wow. Orchik going for it. And he doesn't, like, notice this. He gets soft blocked here, and they get the ball again. Okay? Swings hard at the hands again. He trusts what he's doing, so he swings hard at the hands again, because if he tries to go low, that guy's getting him. Okay? If he tries to go line, Quinn Isaacson's probably getting him. Okay? So he stays high, goes at the hands again, and it turns into a bobble, and bang. Okay? It's a nice game. Trefl Gdansk winning by 2 in the 5th. What a game. Thanks for watching, guys.